So I have not been posting on this channel very consistently, and I'm gonna try and fix that. I make no like promises because I change things very often and I have no idea what I will be thinking in the future. But I just want to say thank you guys for 2K 2,000 subscribers. Like, that's so insane. Actually, I didn't think I would get that far on this channel this soon, so I really appreciate that. And I know a lot of you are coming from my channel where I've been making shorts, so I think it's time that I stop doing my other type of content. So today, as a little bit of a 2,000 subscribers special, I'm gonna be reading 2 different Emma the Arsenal stories that I found that may or may not be connected. I'm assuming they are, but I could be totally wrong. So, without further ado, the first one is Emma the Arsenal for rejecting my boyfriend's proposals twice. Possibly, it's very possible. Let's get into that. So, hi Reddit community, I just want to know your thoughts about this. Please forgive my grammatical errors since English is not my first language. Got it. Way back in 2022, a few days after my 25th birthday, me and my boyfriend checked into a hotel like we usually do. Then, right after we do the dude, he pulls out a ring box and starts asking me if I want to marry him. I was overwhelmed, of course, since it's the first time somebody proposed to me for real, even though I really don't want my engagement proposal to be done in bed, but I don't care that, I didn't care that time. I feel like, okay, I feel like that's like sort of a normal place to do it, but I do understand that like people do have different expectations when they're proposed to, so like that's, you know, that doesn't make me feel like weird. Alright, but before I told him my answer, I asked him if he really did buy a ring. I asked because I'm wondering, how did he even know my ring size? He didn't reply and just smiled, keeping the box closed. I said yes with all excitement, like any other normal girl would. Then, when he opened the box, I saw a necklace. It's nice, and I thought he was just joking to propose since it's always a ring that is used for engagement proposals. So I assumed it was just a birthday present rather than a jewelry for engagement. I don't even like receiving necklaces because of superstition, but I set aside that. Does he know that though? Like, if he knows that, then that's one thing. But if he doesn't know that, then that would be a problem. But also, like, maybe he's just trying to be original, you know? Maybe he's just like, I don't really want to do what everybody else does. Maybe he's like that. He told me to take a photo wearing it, post on social media that I am now engaged. I protested since I told him why would I do that? It's not a proposal in my opinion. Oh. But he told you it was though. But he told you it was. But if, like, objectively it is. You may not like the method or like what he used, but it's still a proposal and he told you that and you know that it is. So what do you mean in your opinion it's not? It's quite literally a fact that it is. But anyways, because it's a ring that I should get for engagement and not a necklace. Then he told me in a serious manner that it's the real thing I will receive for engagement. And like that's a cool compromise. I mean, even if he, you know, wasn't planning that at first, like that's a cool compromise. Like, you want a ring when you're married or whatever, like you'll get one when you actually get married or whatever. That's kind of cool. And if I want a ring, it will be on the wedding day. He even added that the necklace is from his mom and it's expensive and a collectible piece. I feel like that's a little strange to say. I don't think anyone wants to hear that their engagement jewelry is collectible, but I will continue. Out of my dismay, I returned that necklace the same day and told him that I will not accept that I will only accept a ring for engagement. Okay. Doesn't matter the value as long as I get a ring and he will make a little sweet effort on proposing. But he kind of did though. Like he got you a necklace. That's like cute, right? But I guess you didn't like that much. But you could have accepted the proposal and just been like, can I get a ring instead? Please. I mean, either way, that would still be a little crappy, but like, alright. But first, for some reason, I just don't believe you that you would take any value. but okay. He is unamused and went on to our day together. Later on that day, he apologized and repeatedly promised and assured me that he will make up and will give me a ring on his next proposal. And it will be something that I will be proud of. Fast forward that next weekend, he visited our house and went straight to my parents. When he arrived, he proudly asked my parents if he could marry me and pulled out a ring. My parents are in extreme shock and are not happy with the idea that I will be getting engaged. Why? I said, is he a weird guy then? If like or maybe is your entire family weird? I don't know. This could go either way. I said yes in an unhappy tone and reaction. What? And thankfully this time I got a ring with a huge pearl. Wait, what do you mean you said yes in an unhappy tone? What? I'm sorry. Why would you do that? This man worked on an engagement for you. He got you a ring that you said you wanted instead of the first thing he proposed with. And then you go and say, yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Like, what? What are you talking about? Why would you do that? Okay, anyways, I got a ring with a huge pearl, and again, a family heirloom. He put the ring on my finger and told me, now you got your ring, you should be satisfied now. Okay, I don't like that sentence. Maybe don't say that to the person who's going to be your future wife. Or who you think is, because, like, I don't think y'all are gonna get married, but now you got your ring, you should be satisfied now. I feel like that's a bit backhanded, no matter, like, what she said to you. Like, I mean, I feel like, like, in a way, I can't say that if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't react similarly, because, like, that's, I would be a little mad. But at the same time, like, that's kind of messed up to, like, undercut your, like, really cute moment with that. That's weird. Or, like, supposed cute moment. Anyway, I'm surprised, happy I got a ring, but still, I'm disappointed at him. Why? I feel like he just threw a ring in my face just for the sake of my want. You asked him, though. You asked for it. Like, you literally said, I don't want a necklace, I want a ring. And then he brought you a ring, and now you're complaining that he brought you a ring. What is going on? What's happening? And didn't even exert a little effort to make his proposal a little special, like in a restaurant dinner or with some flowers, after he repeatedly told me this proposal would be a great one. He brought you a huge pearl, though. I don't know. I mean, like, he could have brought you somewhere, but, like, yeah, no, I see it. I do. I sort of see it. I get it. But because the first one was just, like, in bed. And if you guys have talked about where like, you'd like to be proposed to before, maybe he is doing a little too little. But then, like, if you didn't, maybe you should have told him specifically what special meant to you after that first one, because I think the bar was so low at that point, and then he just raised it a little bit, which, like, he still raised it, but I feel like maybe communication was the issue here? I don't know. On the day after he left our house, I sent him a message telling him how I really felt and insisted that I will return the ring since it doesn't feel right keeping it. Then that's how our nonsense fight started, and he still rehashes those proposals after months passed. You guys are still together? That's crazy. Calling me names, saying I shamed him by rejecting proposals, and accused me of many things. Are my feelings valid, and am I the bad person here for being true to myself by rejecting him twice? Why are you still with this man? Why don't you just call it off? Because it seems like you don't really want to get married. Because anybody else, they'd just be like, oh my god, he proposed to me, and this is the guy that I wanted to marry, so I might as well say yes, and it doesn't really matter how it happened. Which, honestly, to each their own. I feel like that's not exactly the best mode. So I totally understand in that regard, but at the same time, it's just like, if you really cared that much, you would tell him specifically everything that you wanted to change the first time, and then, like, you can't just expect him to know exactly how you want to be proposed to if you didn't say it, and I feel like you haven't. So just like, I don't know, it is a little weird, it's a little strange. All right, anyways, first comment says, you don't really want to marry him, do you? My thoughts exactly. A response says, not without exactly the perfect proposal and the exact right time with the exact right ring. She sounds high maintenance to me. I hope her boyfriend sees it. Also, OP, yes, Ashley. Responding to that, the first commenter says, if she really loved him, none of that matters. I think we agree, even if they say it differently. Yerp. Another comment says, yeah, yes, probably X soon as well. Marriage and proposals don't need to be a big thing. Does it matter to you that it was meaningful to him? Yeah, I mean, like, he did get you, like, heirloom stuff. That's kind of crazy. Like, he likes you, like, a lot, okay? And to still be with you after you rejected his proposals twice, he loves you, like, that's, like, I can't imagine that happening in any other situation, other than the one where this guy likes you a lot, right? I don't know, like, heirloom stuff, he brought you heirloom jewelry, but he was gonna give you a ring regardless anyway also, you just had to wait. Okay, and then you would have had, like, a necklace, and like, you could just be like, I'm engaged, and people would be like, where's your ring? Well, it's a necklace. It's not actually a ring. Like, you know, it would be interesting. Whatever your superstition is, you could have shared that and just been like, I don't like necklaces because of this. I'm sure he would have understood, and it wouldn't be such a big problem. I don't know. I do, like, in ways, I see both sides. I do. But there's just something about the way that everything was said, and like, Anyways, do you think this is more important than your relationship? Give the ring back and let him go. Another comment says, he's not wrong, you asked for it, he gave it to you, and now you don't want it anymore? Make up your mind, woman. Another comment, yes, awful. He proposes, and you say no. I want a ring, so he gets a ring. Proposes in front of your family, which I think is thoughtful, and you still say no. You care more about how he proposes than actually marrying him, and y'all should probably go your separate ways. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I think that's what I was trying to get at before, but I just couldn't explain it. Like, if you care about the way something happens more than the thing actually happening, do you actually want the thing to happen? Is that, like, yes, a lot of people say, like, it's the journey, not the destination, but, like, in this case, it is 100% the destination, because the marriage lasts forever. The way that he proposes to you is just a story you tell sometimes, but, I mean, either way, like, I don't know, she's probably got her head in, like, in some really drastic romantic novel. Drastic, that's not the word. Like, some really insane romantic novels where people are, like, paying like pilots to, like, draw "Will you marry me" in the sky or something, you know what I mean? Like, maybe she's just expecting something super grandiose or whatever, but, like, not everything can be super grandiose, so, like, chill out. Alright, so another comment. Here's the awful. He wants to marry you. You didn't want the necklace. Understandable. He got you a ring. Now you complain he got you a ring just because you asked for it, which you in fact did, and he did to make you happy. You need to get over yourself. I don't really like that phrasing. I have a personal beef with that phrasing, but I will continue. He did exactly as you requested. I can't see him proposing a third time after your crappy behavior, in my opinion. So, like, I just want to reiterate that, yes, I do agree that it is weird that she was like, no to the ring because you got the ring just because I asked. Like, that is weird. But at the same time, I think the way that he said, like, oh, now you got your ring, you should be happy now. Like, I feel like that was a bit weird, and that would make me not accept a proposal. But then also, I would not still be with this man, so I just don't understand what she's doing. Like, she's wasting his time is what I feel like. And I do think that his attitude, like, went down after the fact. Like, his excitement, I think he does want to marry her, but he's just so, like, he's like, well, that first proposal I was hoping it would be, you know what I mean? Like, like like I don't want to be this person, but I'm saying, like, I see it from both sides. Like, I, even without hearing the man say anything, I do, like, more so his side. I feel like that, like, I feel like he's distraught maybe, but I do see the little things in her, what she's saying, like, the little things, but overall, I feel like she's in the wrong. Alright, so I'm gonna read one more, and then we're gonna go to the next one that I think might be from the guy. I could be totally wrong. Maybe it's a whole nother story. Let's see. So, last comment. Sorry, sweetie. Yes, the actual. Don't be surprised if there are no more proposals coming. When I proposed to my wife in 1978, her whole set cost $500. Her engagement ring was a tiny 1/4 carat. It says 1/4 and then C dot. I'm assuming that's carat. She was shaking and crying when I put that tiny ring on her finger. You know why? She wanted to marry me. You know what we were doing when I proposed? We were at the lake fishing. For our 25th anniversary, I asked if she would like a bigger stone in her setting. She actually got mad at me. No, this is my ring. This is the ring you proposed with. You gave me this ring because you loved me that much. Yeah, you're the asshole. Okay, so let me find the other one. So this one, the reason I think that it is something connected is because the title is Am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend after she rejected my proposal twice? Let's just see if we'll know if it's connected. It's probably not. So, Sierra and I have been dating for 4 years. I absolutely love her and felt like she was my soulmate. I knew I wanted to propose 2 years into dating, but decided to wait 1 more year so that I could get in a better situation financially. Last year, I proposed. It was a private proposal on the beach where we went on our first date. She looked at me and said, I want to marry you, but not right now. Okay, but you could just, like, you don't have to reject the proposal. You could just be engaged for a really long time. A lot of people do that. There is something underlying there. Okay, she said she wasn't in the right space personally to get engaged and to give her some time. That stung, but I was okay with it. After all, I put off proposing so I can be in a good position. It's only fair I give her the chance. It's been a year since then, and I decided to propose again. This time, I asked our friends to help me set it up because I wanted to do something nicer. We orchestrated a nice dinner and a proposal in front of a nice fountain in the city's botanical garden. Ew. Everything was ready, dinner went great, and we went to the fountain. She saw the roses and everything, and then I got down on one knee and asked her to marry me. She teared up and told me, not just yet. No. This man did first of all, I'm just gonna say it. This is not related to the other one because those proposals were not as, like, extravagant as this. But what in the world? Like, this guy's orchestrating such nice proposals, and like it'd be one thing if you just like what is she waiting for? What is she waiting for? Like, what are you waiting for? What are you talking about? Not just yet. Is it like just like be engaged for a really long time? Like, just say specifically when. Like, it would be like why didn't she, at the first time that she said not yet, like, why didn't she say when? When I graduate, or when I get this promotion, or when I blah 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 blah. So he would know and not have to guess and then have this awkward outcome. Like, why would you put him through that? That's messed up. She teared up and told me not just yet. This stung really bad. I knew I wanted her in my life forever, but this is the second time she turned me down. I asked her why, and she told me the same thing as last year. I asked her if someone was holding her back, maybe family or friends, and she just said, I just want to make sure that this will work. What do you mean? So she's having, like, reservations about the relationship. Okay. This, like, I can't really fault her for that. Like, anybody who's having reservations about anything, like, they do deserve the time to, like, get through it, but it still sucks. This hurt me more than the 2 rejections. I told her if after 4 years she isn't sure, yeah, that's a long time to not be sure. then what the hell will make her sure? She asked me to give her time and I told her no. I told her that I'm not gonna keep wasting my time and love if she's gonna keep saying no. I told her that I can't do this anymore. She began begging me not to leave and said, fine, I'll marry. Oh, no. Yes, you're dodging a bullet. Yeah, that's not. Fine, I'll marry you. Just please don't go. That made me mad, but I didn't say anything. I left. Absolutely, you should have, because that is a wild thing to say. That's crazy. My phone has been blowing up with some of our friends, her parents, and telling me that I'm an asshole for throwing away a 4-year relationship because she said no. And so she has no responsibility in that because she said no twice. 2 times. 2 times. And then when he was like, well, I don't think I want to be with you if you're not sure if you want to be with me, then she goes, fine, I'll marry. Like that. First of all, that seems like there's an undertone of manipulation there. And even if it's not manipulation, there's something wrong with that. There's something so wrong with that. Like, she's stringing him along. For real. Seriously. Like, that's weird. That's really strange. Anyways, and that I was being a big baby. Did she tell you the whole story? Did she tell them the whole story? Is that why they're calling you a big baby? Because I personally, if I ever heard someone say that, I would be pissed. Okay? She just needs some time. The other half of our friends aren't on my side, but they're not on hers either. What does that mean? Okay. I don't think I'm an asshole for this. Did I overreact? Am I an asshole? If so, how much more time am I supposed to give her? We're both 29 years old. That was an edit. Edit 2, the second proposal wasn't done in front of my friends. They just helped me plan it and stuff. It was just her and I. Edit number 3, we had discussed marriage shortly before I proposed the first time. She was into it and even told me that she couldn't see herself with anyone else. She seemed eager about the idea of marriage, which is why I was shocked the first time and then angry the second time. Yeah, no, like, all of those things make her the asshole here. And that, I still can't get over that, fine, I'll marry you, please just don't go. Like, that's so not what anyone wants to hear, and I would personally hightail it no matter how I was feeling in that moment. That's insane. Okay, first comment says, not the asshole. 1, no is recoverable. Oh, wait. I'm reading that wrong. 1 no is recoverable. 2 no's and a fine, I'll do it under duress is not. Exactly. You were right and your gut is right. There is something holding her back. Another comment, not the asshole. If after 4 years she's not ready to marry you, then I doubt she wants to. When she asked for time after the first proposal, she should have explained everything and said why she needed time in depth. Exactly. Because a proposal is such a vulnerable thing. I feel like it's a thing that like has like people need to work up courage to do it, and they need a lot of time to think about how they're gonna do it. It's a very special thing, like a very, very ceremonious thing. Like, there's no way that you can be like, oh, give me time, and just not explain what amount of time you need and for why you need it. Like, I just think that was a red flag to begin with. Okay. You clearly were ready for marriage and wanted to take that step. After 4 years, that's completely reasonable. Move on and find someone more compatible with you. The fact she changed her mind about it after you left and then had friends and family messaging you and then insulting you just means you dodge a massive burden by not actually marrying her. Yes, because how is she going to react in future, like, arguments and stuff? If this is how she's reacting over this when she's 100% in the wrong. Yeah, bullet dodged, for sure. Someone responding to that said, her family and friends are messaging you and calling you names. This part seems really messed up. Get away from these people, OP. You deserve better. Another comment, not the asshole, pretty cut and dry. If the answer isn't hell yeah, it's a no. Responding to that, someone said, yeah, I think this goes for a lot of things, actually. Alright, and responding to the original one that I just read, not the actual pretty good. Yeah, that one. Someone said, my wife and oldest sister-in-law do not like my brother-in-law's girlfriend. She comes across as bougie and fake, but it's all his money. What they can never forgive is that when he proposed, she took the ring, handed it back, and said, "Try again, but better?" Oh, hell no! That is insane. That is, ew. Ew. I wouldn't like her either. He hasn't asked again. In my book, that is a question that is asked once. Yeah. Yeah, if they say no the first time, honestly, the relationship should be over, depending on the, like, reasoning. Like, it would be one thing if it was just like, actually, I can't see a reason to reject a proposal when you do want to marry a person. But, you know, like, obviously my perspective is limited, but that is just so odd. I feel like break up with that person, especially that was a clear indicator that she was with you just for your money. And I'm not talking to Obi, of course, because this is another person, but I just I can't. Yeah. Anyways, edit to add, as much as I agree with everyone's impression that she is materialistic, I don't believe it was about the price of the ring. I got the story from my wife, who heard it from her brother, so maybe it is. But I got the impression that it was whatever he did to propose wasn't up to her standard of what a proposal should be. Doesn't make her less of a BTS though. Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna read another comment. Not the asshole. 4 years is plenty of time. You are perfectly right to move on. She cannot expect you to wait for her forever. She hasn't even given you a legitimate excuse as to why she can't. Like, maybe she doesn't want to get married, but she should communicate that. Like, the person you're with should be able to choose whether or not they like, maybe that's what it is. She just doesn't want to get married. Like, ever, but she is just like, well, but if I tell him that, he's not gonna stick around. Like, but is that a bad thing? Like, I just don't understand that. Like, just let him, like, what is it? Informed consent, my friend. Informed consent. Anyways, someone responding to that said, yeah, there's something she's not saying. It can be very mature to look at yourself and critically say, I'm not ready for marriage. But then you have to be able to say, why? Does she have doubts because of XYZ? Does she feel like she needs to work on communication skills? Is there something about OP that she has trouble with? Just telling him, I need time, with no further explanation is unfair. Tis very unfair. Alright, I think I'm gonna find one more comment to read. Not the actual. If she wants to get married, she'd get engaged and have a long engagement. Like I said, yeah. People do it all the time. I was in the no kids not getting married category. The second I started talking to my now husband, I knew he was different and he'd be in my life forever. In my life, what? Oh, I'm reading this so wrong. In my mind, it was life partners. Then I got pregnant shortly after, then 4 years in, he proposed. I was shocked. Then we didn't get married until 3 years later. It sounds like you're ready to settle down, and she's not. It's painful, but you guys can love each other and not be in love. Indeed. Responding to that, someone said, yep, I was engaged for almost 10 years before getting married. Getting engaged was us promising that we didn't want to get married when the time I can't read. Was us promising that we definitely wanted to get married when the time was right. How did I read that so wrong? Anyways, alright, that was the last one I was reading, but yeah, I don't think OP is the actual here. I definitely think his ex-girlfriend is somewhat of an asshole, at least. I think she needs to get some things together. But yeah, I forgot how I really ended these videos because it's been so long. But yeah, thank you for watching. You will catch me later. Bye.